Yes, I really got involved in this in a strange way because it was in 1992 when the CODESA negotiations were going on for a new South Africa, when nobody was thinking about HIV/AIDS. Right from the start, Mr. Jimmy Jones, who was the mine manager at Shaft 9, he came on board. He came along one day and said, "What do you need?" So they laid on an electric cable from Shaft 9, a water pipe from Shaft 9, and great, we had electricity, we had water. And that was just a symbol of what we were able to do in relationship with Impala. So Impala then looked at the affected communities around their mines and then funded us, Tapologo, which means a place of peace and rest. That's what we called our program. So we had 5 of these models where we had a professional nurse with community workers trained to do home care nursing.
I started off being a home nurse. At some houses you'd find that the patients have got nothing to eat. And when you get into somebody's home, somebody's looking at you with hope, somebody's looking at you with trust, somebody's looking at you with expectation that you are coming with something. And when we're finding some of the people sick, we would clean their houses. We would sometimes cook for them and make sure that when we leave that home, that patient is comfortable and is being fed.
We then developed 8 clinics, antiretroviral clinics, like the one you see behind me here with the patients here. 8 centers. And this continued the partnership because then Impala Bafokeng Trust was set up as a funding model partnership between Impala and the Bafokeng and the Trust. And I can't emphasize the importance of this. This follows crucially the thinking of Dr. Motsoaledi, who's the present National Health Minister, who's looking at, in terms of the National Development Plan, social compact, as we call it.
Impala Bafokeng Trust have really impacted on us. With their help, we were able to care for our patients.
So I often quote a phrase from a doctor, his name was Dr. Muliyil, who said once, years ago, "How can I understand a figure or a statistic unless I've held the hand that it represents?" Now, IBT and Impala are empowering us by their support and partnership to hold the hands of thousands of these extremely vulnerable people.
Before Khudisanang, I used to be one of those people who were not sure if there are kids like this in the community. We get to visit the families and see how do they live. It was just so bad that we couldn't believe that something like this is happening in our community and we were not aware. But Khudisanang really changed lives of these children a lot.
When they come here, we offer them firstly a cooked meal, and those who are in dire need, we also provide them with food parcels. Khudisanang started in 2008. We work with Royal Bafokeng Health Center, whereby the dietitians or the nurses and the doctors also sometimes come in. When we do those kind of vigorous screenings, then we'll have extra manpower from that side. And what the care workers do here with children is they also monitor their school performance. You know, they check whether the homeworks are being done and how are they performing at school, and further interact with the school and the guardians at home, because some of them are staying with grannies who at times do not really understand how does the curriculum work, or they are overburdened with other things. The need basically will be or is to enforce and support the failing family structures, you know, because if these children were coming from families which have proper structures, then there wouldn't be a need to gather them and to say, let's supplement what they're having at home.
It's more of a calling for me. I'm energetic, hyper, happy-go girl, and I just love kids, and I think I understand them better. And I'm very much active, so running around doing all these activities for me is just me.
Impala is one of our major funders, and I would say that without them, really, the program wouldn't be running as it is. And I would say that they also fund, I think, 50% of the activities of the organization. So it's a major role player within.
Actually, when the post for this school was advertised, I literally drove to this area to come and have a look. And I fell in love with the school immediately. So then I applied for the post and I got it. During the holidays, I immediately started dreaming about the vision of the school, the kind of teachers that I would really like to have, traditions, culture of the school and all that. I am blessed. I have a young, beautiful staff, vibrant, techno-savvy, because we love technology. And I also believe, with technology, because these learners, the Z generation, they're the ones who are very enthusiastic when it comes to technology. So when they have young teachers, it's easy then to do that. I had a lecturer, Mrs. Martins, who was my mathematics lecturer. She would make you love teaching. She would come to class. When she teaches circle geometry, she'll be wearing something with those circles. I mean, she will be a teaching aid. Yeah, she actually taught me that you can't say you don't have resources, you're a resource yourself. I really enjoyed schooling because I was one of the learners who take advantage of every opportunity thrown at me. And that's exactly what I'm doing now with my learners now. We are making sure that each one of them unleashes or unearths the talent that they have. The school is the center of the community. Whatever that we do at the school, it have a direct impact to the households surrounding us. Now, what I realized when we started off last year, our learners were a bit wild, I guess maybe from the upbringing, so we had to get to the basics. For the first quarter, we were teaching them, simple things like saying thank you, please, how they walk, standing up straight. About 60% or more than 60% of the parents can be the employees of Impala, but we also have around 30% of learners whose parents cannot afford, who are unemployed. We have 24 orphans. Besides this beautiful infrastructure that we have with the multi-purpose courts and the paved areas where learners can be able to do indigenous games, through Impala Bafokeng Trust, we got the computers for administration. And immediately Impala made sure that we get the sporting activities, ranging from hockey, soccer, balls. We are having also the squeeze bottles. We're actually having everything. We are trend-setting when we go out there with our kids. They see that, Impala is actually looking well after us. And of late, Impala has equipped our computer lab with a smart board. And that one, I can say, is the highlight, especially for the learners, because they're enjoying it there. I mean, they even pretend sometimes they can't hear the bell. So I can say that we cannot actually divorce Sunrise View Secondary School from Impala. We are an Impala school. And we also have the coaches who are coming every Tuesday. And I mean, if it wasn't for the skills that the Impala coaches are imparting to our learners, we couldn't be there. Our soccer boys, they didn't have any, confidence. But now I must say, they were even playing the Platinum Stars junior team. Although they didn't win, but they went there courageously, and they were the only school that was ready to play them, and thanks to also the coaches that assist us. And they are here regularly every Tuesday, and they love it. One of the educators also went and won National Teaching Awards this year. So I can say that the science category or trophies are at Sunrise View Secondary from the entire country. So Impala was here to celebrate with us. And I believe they know that they will be fishing from our pond when it comes to learners who will be doing engineering studies at tertiary. So 3 years from now, we'll be having the full complement of the school, grade 8 to 12, with excellent teachers, excellent learners, excelling in all fields, cultural, sports, and academics, because our main business at the school is academic performance. I'm not going anywhere until at least I have 5 years consecutive matric results. And I'm a very, very super strict principal. I'm very super strict, but I treat my learners the same.
My name is Mangali Sosani Poimtetwa. I started working at Impala 2011. I was staying in Tlhabane West, where I was renting a room for 1,000 rands a month. So I decided to leave there because I was not accumulating any wealth.
It was communicated us through the media at the shafts and through the newspapers that we get every month that any employee who's interested to buy the houses from Impala, they can send in their names so that they can be part of the Legae Pele housing project.
My main function is marketing the houses which Impala are building for their employees.
At first I thought it would be difficult for me to buy a house because I had this thing that the house is so expensive. But Impala made it easier for us. They implemented this thing of a soft loan. So there is an interest-free loan of about 120,000. So that's why I managed to get this house.
It has made the difference to our lives because it's quite a good investment.
Living here is like a dream coming true because my friends decided to buy cars. So I said, no, let me not buy a car, let me buy a house, because buying a car, it loses a value almost every time you move. But each and every year, a house gains a value. So I'm accumulating wealth by buying a house.
This is our second project, which is about 2,400 houses. Looking ahead, we're still gonna build more houses for our employees. The communities need places to stay, and as a company, we really wanna build houses for our employees.
No, I was all alone here. I think I'm a third person to come here. So I had no neighbor, so I was alone, but I was not afraid because I was overjoyed that at last I've got a house.
I didn't have any qualifications. So Impala helped me a lot because I got my end courses through Impala Study Aid. They paid my fees at the college. And I'm very happy because they gave us a chance, we women, that we can make it in the mining industry.
It has a very high impact on a social development, especially around the area. And all young people who just from the school, they get here, they get qualified, they are groomed to become a better people in their lives.
I had to work during the day, at night, studying, and then I'm a mother of one, so it wasn't easy at all. But if you have a love for something, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, and I'm glad that I've done it. And look where I am today. I'm in a learnership. I'm about to be a qualified artisan because now I'm doing my pre-trade.
I'm now a technical trainer. I've been a technical trainer from 2010. I would say without being a learner, I don't know where I could have been now. At the moment, I'm also still studying to grow on the knowledge that we do have, specifically on my field of career.
For now, I just want to pursue my studies. I want to get my degree in mechanical engineering so that I can go further. Maybe I can be a foreman, from there, a junior engineer.
I'm from the village close to where we are here, which is Luka village. When we came about, we said, look, we are a resident company, resident as in Luka, and Impala is synonymous with Luka. The first big project that we did was to build a school for the Department of Education. It was a project then in 2001. I surrounded myself with the relevant guys, both from project management, supervisors, foremen. And I was on site every day throughout the processes, and I quickly assimilated and learned the ropes. Fast forward from there, I then started construction, Black Hawk Builders, which was registered in 1997. In 2014, we did some tenders with the mine, and here we are. We have been the first construction company of the first tier in Bafokeng to get a vendor. Now we are in the Impala vendor system, and we have been awarded successfully a project to do, which is the conversion of a workshop into the HRD training center. We started this project in the beginning of May. We were 3 weeks into the project. It's a 2-month project. And so far, so good. We're doing well. There's some little challenges here and there, but with the experience that we have, we're managing to overcome the hurdles.
My name is Chris Lakimoketi, born and bred in Luka. Started working in the mines, Anglo, Lonmin. Stopped working in 2009 to start my own business, Chrismo Logistics. Because I'm near Impala, I applied to them to have a vendor, and it didn't take me long to obtain my vendor, and I started supplying them. I looked as to what do they need, and they told me there are challenges, and I provided a solution. RaceCorp provide the support, the guidance. I've got a team that is guiding me, that is taking care of me, which have interest in the growth of my business. But they do not only lead me, they allow me and advise me. And I discuss everything that I want to do with them. I bounce off with them, and they help me with their advices.
Our business is developing, mainly because Impala has got a relationship with Oric, which I am a student at actually, and it's actually Impala that is paying for my studies there. And Oric has developed us tremendously.
My name is Champ Pilane. I was born in Kanana village, which is about less than 10 minutes drive from here. We are in Impala. Over the years, we've grown, and at the moment, we have a staff complement of 104, with over 90% of that staff being women, and also 90% of the staff being local. Impala Platinum, that's about 2.5 years ago, approached Rent to Kill Initial to comply with BEE legislations in terms of localization and enterprise development. I'm aware then that Rent to Kill Initial then engaged with Royal Bafokeng Enterprise Development, and they started a series of interviews and consultations with small black businesses in the cleaning and hygiene industry. And it was during that process that the Gabi Cleaning Services was identified as a suitable company for a partnership that would satisfy both localization and enterprise development. We started our negotiations immediately after that. That was 2 years ago. It took us exactly 2 years to come to an agreement, to enter into an agreement, and we decided to use a JV. I know Impala is excited about the developments. I do not expect, though, from my side, from Impala to come and give me work. I don't want to be treated differently. I'm a competitor by nature. I know I have to go out there in their various entities and market the JV. I would like to thank Impala. In the past few weeks, I've been doing presentations, can I say interviews as well with various departments within Impala, and that has created an awareness for our JV within Impala. It's all up to me now to go back to their shafts, to mineral process, to the services department, and make sure that we continue where Rent to Kill left. We correct if there were any inefficiencies in the past, because I'm performance driven.